$6 in your account. That's not your savings, that's everything. $6 and a paycheck that's already gone before it arrives. 11:47 p.m. You're checking again. You checked an hour ago. You check anyway. The number hasn't moved. It won't move until Friday. Rent took half. The phone bill took the rest. The last $40 disappeared into a subscription you forgot to cancel. And somehow, this keeps happening. You are not broke because of one bad decision. You are broke because of 100 small ones that didn't feel like decisions at the time. You eat what's cheap, rice, eggs, whatever's on clearance. You stop buying fruit because fruit goes bad, and wasting food when you're this low feels like a crime. You know the exact price of everything in your kitchen, not because you're smart with money, because money doesn't give you the option to be careless. Your friends say, let's go out. You say maybe next time. You've said maybe next time 11 times. They stopped asking. You didn't notice when they stopped because you were doing math. You're always doing math. Standing in line at the gas station doing math. Lying in bed doing math. Brushing your teeth doing math. Not complicated math. Survival math. If I don't buy this, I can afford that. If I skip this, I make it to Friday. The bank app is the most opened app on your phone. More than messages. More than anything. You open it. Stare at the number. Close it. Open it again like the number might change if you look hard enough. Notification. Overdraft fee $34. You just lost $34 for being poor. That's the part nobody explains. Being broke costs money. The fee for not having enough is more money taken from what you don't have. You sit on the edge of your bed and feel something that isn't anger and isn't sadness. Just wait. A low, heavy hum that never fully goes away. You don't talk about money. Not because you're private, because there's nothing to say. Everyone around you is doing the same math. Nobody admits it. Everyone pretends Friday isn't the only day that matters. At zero, money isn't a tool. It isn't a goal. It's oxygen. You're either breathing or you're not. And most days, you can't tell which one it is. Level 2, $500. You're finally not negative. For the first time in months, the number on your screen doesn't tighten your chest. But $500 isn't safety, it's a pause. One flat tire, one urgent care visit, one broken phone screen, and you're back to zero. You know this because you've been here before. You've touched $500 3 times and lost it 3 times. This time you guard it like it's the last of something important. You still check your balance every morning, not panic anymore. Habit. The panic trained you to check, and now you can't stop. But something is different. The overdraft notifications stopped. That silence from your bank feels like the loudest victory you've ever had. You buy groceries, and for the first time in months, you don't calculate the total before you reach the register. You just put things in the cart. Normal things. Things that aren't on clearance. You grab the name brand cereal. You stand there holding it for a second, like it means something. It does. Not because of cereal, because of what it represents. You can afford to stop calculating, even if it's just for one trip. You set a rule. Don't drop below $300. You break it in the second week. Car needed gas, laundry needed quarters, life needed its cut. You rebuild it by the end of the month. That cycle of losing and rebuilding becomes your first lesson in something you don't have a name for yet. Discipline. You're not comfortable. You're not secure, but you're not drowning. And after months of drowning, the feeling of just floating feels like flying. The first rule. Below $1,000 money is air. You're either breathing or you're not. Level 3. $1,000. 4 digits. You've never seen this number before. You screenshot it. You don't send it to anyone. But you keep it on your phone like proof that something shifted. You stare at it like it might disappear. Because you've watched numbers climb before, and you've watched them collapse faster. $1,000 feels less like an achievement and more like a dare. Can you hold it? Can you keep it? Or does life take it back? You set a rule. Don't drop below $800. You break it in the first month. A medical bill you didn't expect. Breaks that couldn't wait. You watch the number fall, and your stomach falls with it. But this time, something different happens. You rebuild it. Not in a week, not easily, but you rebuild it. And rebuilding teaches you more than building ever did. You start paying attention to where money goes. Not budgeting, not spreadsheets, just awareness. You notice $7 here, $12 there, a coffee you didn't need, a delivery fee you could have avoided, small leaks you never saw when you were drowning, because when you're drowning, you don't notice the holes. You notice them now. Something changes in the way you carry yourself. Not confidence. Not yet, but the desperation fades. The panic softens. You stop saying maybe next time when friends ask you out. You say yes once. Just once. And you sit at that table and you order without doing math in your head, and for one evening, you feel like a person who doesn't think about money every second of every day. You're not safe, you're not comfortable,